Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Litecoin because Litecoin hasn't really been in the news in the cryptocurrency space for quite a while. The last time that Litecoin was really making any kind of waves in the cryptocurrency space was when LitePay was going to be coming out. Unfortunately, that did not happen, and then we also had the Litecoin cash fork right around that time. But ever since then, Litecoin hasn't really done a lot, and that's been reflected in the price action. Litecoin has been rather stagnant, just kind of following the rest of the market, pretty much completely flatlining on the Litecoin over BTC chart. But I believe that we're about to see a breakout in Litecoin. It might be a break bullish, it might be a break bearish. I personally think it's going to be a bullish breakout as the rest of the market continues to mature going on into June and July. But we're going to be talking about all of that and more in today's video. So if you enjoyed today's video, definitely think about dropping a like and hitting that subscribe button. Also make sure you turn on the notification bell so you can be notified every single time I upload a video, because YouTube doesn't like to do that if you're only subscribed anymore. I don't know either. I'm a YouTuber and I don't understand it either. But anyway, without much further ado, let's get right into it. Litecoin is currently trading around $118. That's quite a bit down from its all-time high, but a lot of coins are currently quite a bit retraced from their all-time high. It's only down about 1% in the last 24 hours. Its volume is very low compared to what it used to be. Litecoin used to have some of the highest 24-hour trading volumes of any of the top 10 cryptocurrencies, and now that spot's kind of been taken over by EOS. EOS has been taking some of the limelight that was going to Litecoin just a few months ago. Nevertheless, Litecoin is still retaining a $6 to $7 billion market capitalization as it continues to chug along and just kind of do its thing. But one of the intrinsic problems with Litecoin is that it's not very different from Bitcoin. Litecoin was a very, very early coin to come out. It's really the OG altcoin, as I've called it in past, because it came out just a little while after Bitcoin, and it makes some very small tweaks to the Bitcoin protocol that help to make it more efficient and help reduce its block time, help increase its throughput, and help increase its transactions per second, as well as having a larger circulating supply. So it doesn't really have a lot that differentiates itself from Bitcoin, so Litecoin's success kind of rides on the success of Bitcoin. But let's get onto the chart here. I want to talk about the long-term history of Litecoin, and we're going to be talking about the Litecoin over USD chart and the Litecoin over BTC chart, because it's not a terrible idea to do that on the big dogs here in cryptocurrency. The top 10 cryptocurrencies, you can really look at them over US dollar or over Bitcoin. Bitcoin, obviously, you have to look at over US dollar. But after you get below that, most of your actual important trading information is going to come from the coin over BTC. But we're going to be looking at both charts here on Litecoin because there's some interesting things to unpack on each of these charts. So first I want to talk about the recent history of Litecoin. I want to just kind of delve into what's gone on with Litecoin over the last 6 to 8 months to really set the stage for where I think we're going to be going in the next couple of months. Litecoin, actually, let's start from really the beginning. Litecoin was trading around $4 for an entire year. Most of the year of 2016, it traded right around here in the $4 mark. And if I remember correctly, it jumped about 100% right here. That would be this candlestick right here. It jumped about 100%. And I believe this was right around the time Litecoin was added to Coinbase. And from there, Litecoin continued to run and run and run. I remember I bought my first ever cryptocurrency. Litecoin does have a small soft spot in my heart because the first ever cryptocurrency I bought was a share of Litecoin at $41.02. I bought it on Coinbase. I still remember it. It was back here somewhere at it was right over here. It was the last day of July. That's what it was, 2016. So I've almost been in crypto for a year now. But from there, Litecoin continued to run, and I remember this running up to $100 and freaking out because I was actually making money for the first time. Even in the great bull run of 2017, I was still managing to lose money when I first got into this market. You really learn a lot very quickly in crypto. But it ran up to $100 and continued to chug along. And eventually, it ran up to $100 again. And then everybody started selling off. And then it got support on the 50-day moving average and jumped nearly 4x all the way up to $375. From there, it came into kind of a descending wedge pattern, similar to how Bitcoin was in. If we scroll out over here on the 4-hour chart, we'll be able to see that a little bit better. But we did have a bit of a declining wedge, a falling wedge right here pattern, and we broke very, very bullish out of it after setting a very strong double bottom at 110, 1.5, 110, somewhere around there. We broke very bullish out of that, set a consolidation pattern, broke bullish out of that. I covered all this on the channel, and from here we went down a little water slide tube and then fell all the way back down, set another double bottom, which is something else I talked about on the channel. We set a double bottom, and two sets of double bottoms made another double bottom, which really secured this level of 110 as a very, very strong level of support for Litecoin. From there, as the rest of the market was recovering, we ran back up to about $180, and from there, we ran into this downward trading channel, and we got support on that very important level of support at 109, 110, somewhere around there for Litecoin over USD, and we've seen a little bit of jump there. So that's basically catching you up to where we are now. Now, there's something that we want to look at. If we go out here to the day chart, then we're really going to see what is really driving the idea of this video, and that is this downtrend. We have a touch up here and a touch over here, and that is really creating a flat bottom wedge here. As we can see, the flat bottom of this wedge is the 109, 110 level that we see down here. And, oh, my chart just flickered out, but that's okay. We see this nice little flat bottom down here, and we see this nice little descending wedge pattern. So what we're seeing here is that Litecoin really does not want to go below that $109 level. We've tested it 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5 more, about like 10 times we've tested that level. The more you zoom in, the more times we're going to test it because charts are fractals, but we've tested that level so many times, and it really doesn't look like we're going to reject off of it, because if we were to draw this line again, what we saw, this kind of downtrend that I'm going to be talking about here in a second, if we draw this back here, the first one, we did break bullish out of it, and we did see Litecoin run up nearly 2x from its little bottom, its little base at $109, about a 70% run in the span of about a month, and I'm thinking that's going to happen again when we eventually break bullish out of this downtrend, and that's probably going to be happening within this month. There's only a few days in July that would actually constitute this kind of pattern, so I'm expecting that what Litecoin is probably going to do here is it's probably going to fall over, get support on this level of support again, which is really nice for the long term, and we're probably going to break bullish out of this downtrend and see Litecoin run back up here to around $180, $200, depending on what the rest of the market does, is going to really dictate what Litecoin is able to do here in the next couple of days and weeks. But I do expect that Litecoin is going to get back above this 50-day moving average, which we've just fallen below, get back above, get support, and probably break bullish out of this downtrend. We've seen this happen before on the Litecoin chart. We've seen this happen all the time. You guys know I'm a big fan of consolidation patterns because they are very powerful tools. You can really do a lot with consolidation patterns, RSI, and trend lines, and a couple of moving averages. You can do a lot of technical analysis with that. And in fact, if you've watched any of my other technical analysis videos, that's mainly what I use. I don't get into too complicated technical analysis because the more complicated the technical analysis, the less people are going to use it. And what actually signifies a good technical indicator is how much trading volume is actually trading by that technical indicator. And some of the most valuable and some of the most used technical indicators are, as you guess, trend lines, wedge patterns, RSI, and support and resistance levels, and moving averages also, so there's 5. Those are really the 5 main things I use because that's the 5 main things that most traders use. And all of those indicators are pretty much telling me right now that Litecoin is about to break bullish out of this, and I'm expecting Litecoin is probably going to see a 60 to an 80% run in the next month and a half. As we can see, we're pretty low on the RSI right here. If we come down here and we test 109 again in the next couple of days, like I'm expecting we're going to, and then we get a nice little bounce there, we set a little temporary double bottom and break bullish out of this RSI has a long way to go before we're overbought. So I really do believe that Litecoin can run up here, hopefully break this top and not set a double top at 180 because that wouldn't be great for the price action. But I do think that there's a very good trade coming up here in the next couple of days. I'm not telling you to make this trade, guys. I want you to do your own technical analysis and decide if you're going to do this on your own. I'm not telling you to make this trade. I'm just pointing out something that I'm looking to happen in the next couple of days because it is interesting. Because I love technical analysis, guys. It is really interesting. And the other thing, like I said earlier, I wanted to cover Litecoin over BTC also because we're seeing a similar pattern. As we can see, Litecoin, let me get rid of one of these because I don't know why there's 2. As we can see, Litecoin has also set a very strong bottom here around 1,550,000 Satoshis. It really just doesn't seem like it can get below this. It very well may break below this. We'll see. We're kind of up here on a plateau. This is almost like a really long-term Bart Simpson pattern, as people are calling them in Bitcoin and stuff, because we had a gigantic run up here when Litecoin originally went to $350 or $375, excuse me. So we're hovering up here quite high on the Litecoin over BTC comparison. But the other thing that we see here is just what we saw on the Litecoin over USD chart. We see a downtrend of resistance and we see a flat bottom of support. So both of the charts are kind of indicating to me that we're probably about to break bullish out of this and see a little bit of a run in Litecoin. Simply because it looks like Litecoin could very easily break bearish out of this. It could break bullish out of this, considering how tight this already is, that this kind of break on the Litecoin over BTC chart is going to happen in the next week. Going over the Litecoin over USD chart is going to happen in the next month. But both of these charts are signaling pretty bullish signs for me. They are seeming pretty bullish for me. I'm not totally convinced that they will break bullish out of this. They could very well break bearish out of this. That would be very bad for the long term for Litecoin. but I'm expecting them to break bullish out of this because I think the entire market in general is going in a good direction. But we're going to see what happens, guys. I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. I want to know what you guys think. Is Litecoin going to break bullish or break bearish out of these two consolidation patterns that I've talked about in this video? Are you guys going to trade this? Are you guys actually going to buy into Litecoin and hope that it runs up 60 or 80%? Are you going to do your own technical analysis? The answer to that should be yes before you make any of these trades, guys. Never do something just because some guy on the internet said that it's a good idea, even if that's me, especially if that's me. In fact, I'm by no means a cryptocurrency expert. This is just my ramblings about what I think about the cryptocurrency market. So definitely tell me in the comments down below if you're going to make this trade. Also, guys, if you're interested in making that trade, a great exchange that you can make that trade is on Binance. Binance is my recommended cryptocurrency trading platform. It's my recommended cryptocurrency exchange. If you guys aren't already signed up for Binance, it is the most used exchange in cryptocurrency, and I highly do recommend it. And if you click the link in the description, that is an affiliate link, and that does help the channel out, and that does help me grow this channel into a full-time job so that I can continue to bring you guys good quality content. It would mean so much to me if you guys did that. So I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.